Welcome back to another day Fiancé recap. Let's talk about Happily Ever After Season episode. Wow. Can you guys believe it's October th? We have more days of October, and then we're going into November. Where did the time go? I swear, once October hits, the end of the year is just right around the corner. It's scary. Let's start the recap with Jasmine and Jean now. Oh my God, you know what? Actually, it's not even Jasmine and Gino. Anymore, it's Jasmine and Matt. And this is how you know Jasmine is the star and was always the star of their relationship, because now that Gino's not with Jasmine, he's not even on the show anymore. Like, we barely see him. TLC loves Jasmine. She is the main character. And without Jasmine, there's no Gino. In the beginning of the scene, when the song was like, I'm a go double DS, I laughed. They find the funniest copyright royalty-free songs. Doubt us. So Jasmine is walking Coco, and she's about to pop the baby out any day now. Her belly is huge. And by the way, every time I say Coco, my dog looks up because her name is also Coco. A few moments later, by the way, I totally missed the part where she was shaving Coco's on the sofa, and then she kissed it. But you guys, she didn't actually kiss it. I watched it back. She did this smoochy sound by her. I do it all the time with my dog, when in reality, our mouth is like at least inches away from the so don't worry. I don't think she actually kissed it, but if she did, I wouldn't be so surprised, because she did drink out of the same water cup that Coco drank out of. And she sucked on Gino's toe. One of you guys reminded me in the comments section that she sucked. Like, really, really sucked his toe while they were camping. That means his toe was musty, dusty, crusty. And she even confirmed that his toe was extra cheesy. So Jasmine's outside with Coco. Matt rolls down the street in a giant truck that he bought so that he can make money with it. Let's do this. What you're doing, this is what I'm going to do on the side your yogurt. And Jasmine asks how much he spent on the truck, and he says 1,000. Yeah, it's fine. I buy and sell cars all the time. This is just the name of the game. And I don't know how any of that works. But he's thinking of using it as a tow truck. He wants to start a tow truck. And Jasmine starts yelling at him. Family dollars. Do you even know how to tow a car, Mark? Do you? You don't. You can't spend $1 on a random truck when we're about to have a baby, and I'm about to get deported back. Oh my God, Jasmine, shut up. Oh, my goodness. So she makes him stop the truck, they get out, and then she makes him. So a car, she was like, do it. Show me that you can do it, and he can't do it. Oh me. The hell's going on? So then she starts yelling again. Oh my God, attitude this part out, because her voice when she's yelling my ears bleed. They do you. The car, why the car is broken? Matt, maybe you can plan better next time and bring a nice little gift for her too. Something beautiful, something gorgeous, something luxurious, perhaps an exquisite self-care device from Bellesa, today's sponsor. Their products are made by women for women, and they're basically the emotional support device every girly. My friends at Alyssa are sending out free self-love devices. Yes, I said furry, with their new Whisper collection. Think of it as the TLC of personal wellness. Because we all know this. TLC isn't giving us any of that. Now, these new toys, they're called Whisper for a reason. Because unlike Jasmine's voice when she's hooting and hollering, you're super quiet here. Let me show you by pressing this button. Do you hear that? Exactly. And they come in different styles. There's the Whisper Bullet, the Whisper Rabbit, and the Whisper Vibe. They're super soft, discreet, and strong. And everyone who signs up through my link gets a free rose. Yes, the viral rose. You've seen it, you've heard of it. You've probably seen someone's face while they used it. So click the link in my description, grab your Whisper, and claim your free rose while supplies last, because the Whisper toys will stay silent. But the question is, can you? Call me crazy? But I don't think she's over Gino yet. If Gino had come with flowers and a tearful, genuine apology. She would go right back to him. I think she would seriously drop Matt everything, and run back to Gino. Does anyone else agree? No one. Okay, great. Matt's trying to figure out how to do something on the truck, and it's not working. And Jasmine is getting increasingly irritated. This is not the first time, apparently, that he's come up with a business. He tends to come up with many business ideas that go nowhere. For example, before the truck, he wanted to open up a burger business because he likes burgers. Your whole life you have to deal with cars. That's what you know, right? He was like, yes, but I love burgers. Why don't I flip burgers? Because I love eating burgers. So why not? Like Goldman, sell them to other people. I have seen a lot of stupidity, but this just crosses the line. Matt, you're stressing me out. I'm trying to get us another source of income. Mama, don't worry. I'm always going to support you. This is very much giving a little bit of Justine and Michael a life after lockup, because if you're watching my recaps, over there, Michael is also starting another business because he is so focused on providing more income for their children. Anyway, Jasmine starts to break down. She feels alone. She has no support system, and Matt's like, Mama, I'm here for you, and I never once saw you open up a baby book on how to prepare for this baby or this delivery. Okay, you know what? I'm going to park this truck, and I'm going to go study. I'm going to do my research. All right, I want you to go do a baby class with me, Matt. Okay, done. I'll be there. Done. I'm going to go read stuff. I'm going to go with you to that baby class, and then I'll mess with the tow truck. Jasmine is now realizing that she doesn't really know Matt. They've been flocking a ton and living together and doing stuff together. But she doesn't really know him. I've been having sex with him, living with him, sharing his space, but I don't really know who Matt is. You know what, Jasmine? You got a point, but you might have wanted to think about that before. Y'all raw-dogged. Well, she can't put off telling her family the news any longer about the baby because she's about to pop that baby out in 6 weeks. I cannot continue lying to my mother. I can't believe her family doesn't know anything. She's anxious. She's nauseous. Her knees are weak. Her palms are sweaty. Musk, spaghetti, all of the above quiet. You don't exist. Jesus Christ, help me please. She's about to FaceTime her mom and drop several bombs on her. It's going to be bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. Ring. Ring. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jasmine. How are you? How's Gino? I have something to tell you something. I'm out of respect because I respect you so much. But my life has been so very complicated. I've been hiding something, and immediately her mom looks down. She's already disappointed without knowing the full story. And that's how I can envision her just looking at me and being like, what is Jasmine doing with her life? She tells her mom that the marriage with Gino did not work out for about a year. And then she tells her about the open marriage. And it was so awkward and so funny at the same time because her mom is very traditional. She's very religious. She has no idea what an open marriage is or how that even works. It doesn't make sense to hers. This would be the same as if I was telling my parents that I wanted an open marriage or a poly relationship or a sister wife or anything other than the traditional marriage proposal. Lasciando matrimonio abierta. Okay. Oh my God, that poor mom. She's reacting exactly how my parents would react on TV, and then she would lose our once the cameras were gone. Oh, my lips are so chapped. By the way, if you have chronically insanely chapped lips, no matter what you do to them, I use Jack Black lip balm. It comes in a blue tube, like this. It's like $1. Maybe they went up, I don't know, but it's an intense therapy lip balm, skin protectant, and broad spectrum SPF sunscreen. Natural mint shaped butter. Okay, anyway, so she tells her mom everything about Gino. The open marriage math, the possible divorce, and the mom's like God. Jasmine, you should have just gotten a divorce. Why? Why would you do all this? I was trying to fight for the marriage. Speaking of Matt. One day he told me he loved me, and then we found out that I'm pregnant. Clementi de mad. Oh my God, her poor mom. Her mom's like, you're pregnant. Can you get rid of it yet? How far along are you? No, she didn't say can you get rid of it yet. I just improvised. But she was like, oh my God, how far along are you? Months? What? 7 months. You hid that from me for 7 months. Me, the tiempo porque. So then Matt enters the chat. Jasmine introduces them, and he's like, hi, I'm Matt. I love your daughter. I want to take care of her, and I will not hurt her. Jasmine translates. Jasmine's mom starts interviewing him. She has many questions, understandably. Wants to know why Matt agreed to this open marriage. Like, why, when you knew that a woman was married, she had a husband? I mean, that is the point of an open marriage. But let's remember, her mom doesn't understand what an open marriage is. So Matt goes, well, I don't know. I was single. I was bored. I'm in my S. I said, why not? Jasmine's hot. So then Jasmine's, like, thinking she's thinking. Okay, she's not saying this out loud, but after she hears Matt's response, Jasmine's like, look, Buck, how am I going to tell my mom this? Like, that's so embarrassing. So I was like, oh, I'm already friends with you. I didn't mind it. I knew I was going to look stupid, but so she does a little embellishment and she does a false translation, which was so funny because that's exactly what I would have done. Honestly, like if my boyfriend said something so dumb, I'm not going to translate that verbatim to my parents when I need my parents to have a good impression of him. So she's like, oh, he said that. He had feelings for me, and he cared for me a lot. So that's why he joined. Yeah, you were talking to my mother, Matt. You cannot say just like, oh, yes, I accepted to be in an open marriage because I was single. That was so funny. Oh my gosh, her mom's just silent. And she's like, okay, well, if you come back to Panama, I'll see you. After they hang up, Jasmine cries because her mom just didn't have much of a reaction. She was so silent. And when her mom doesn't have a big reaction, that means she's really, really disappointed and heartbroken. And I think a lot of people can relate. Like, I know to be very scared of my parents. Like, the most scared when they're quiet. Can anyone else relate? Feel horrible for breaking your bones. Horrible. Oh, go. That was so sweet. That's so sweet. In the next episode, Gino's going to find out. I thought this part was so funny. So remember how I was like, oh, Gino's going to find out that he's legally the father of the child, and he's going to drag out this divorce to make Jasmine miserable, so that he can, like, continue being legally the father and make things as worse as possible for Matt and Jasmine. But then his lawyer tells him, under the Michigan law, you're presumed to be the father since you guys are still legally married, meaning he's going to be financially responsible. And oh my God, as soon as Gino heard that he was going to be financially responsible, he was like, oh my God, no way, no way. There's no way I'm going to pay for Jasmine's baby with that ugly dude man. Or the husband here. You're presumed to be the father. You have a financial obligation to that child. Gino is probably right after that meeting with the lawyer. Gino is probably drafting up the paperwork, putting his sperm in a cup and running, taking a flight to Florida so he can personally deliver the divorce papers. We also get a preview of Jasmine's labor and delivery. And oh my God, I can't believe TLC cameras filmed her entire home water birth. Wow, I'm traumatized by her screams, holy. I already saw some of these photos on her Instagram because she posted them, and the photos itself were traumatizing, but to hear her scream, oh my God, I'm going to have to watch it on mute. By the way, I looked up why people choose to do a water birth, and it says some of the reasons. It says, pain relief. Yeah, it doesn't look like that helped. It also says the buoyancy of the water helps relieve some tension. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that worked. Term. And then another reason is there's a calming effect of the water. Yeah, I don't think any of that worked. And you can't even have an epidural during a water birth. So note, thanks. In my next life, if I ever choose to have kids, I better be shot the buck up with epidural. Let's move on to Darcy and Stacey. We do it big, yeah. So they finally make it to New York Fashion Week. They're going to walk in a show. And while the girlies get ready, Florian tries to get the tea from Georgie outside. And he's like, so why are you not telling Darcy where you get the money? How much money are you making? You need to be open. You need to be honest with Darcy, Georgie tells him. He doesn't want to be micromanaged by Darcy. And also Darcy just will spend all her money. All the money will be gone. And he wants to invest in some things. He wants to plan some things with his money. Kind of like worried that you're going to tell me, oh, I'd make that much money or I need to pay for that. You need to spend your money there. Macy's going to calculate your monies and he's going to say like, oh, you have money in the bank for, spending for this work. Like, oh, I don't buy that. I don't pay the bill. I didn't die. And that will lead him ultimately to having some freedom. And when Florian hears the word freedom, he's like, ding, 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 ding. To have freedom in the way. Red flag. Red flag. Oh, I want freedom for Georgie. Want freedom. I love how Florian in front of George's face, he's like, yeah, I understand, brother. But then behind his back in the confessional, he's like, Darcy going to divorce him. George, put together Darcy is going to divorce his ass. Ultimately, Florian does advise Georgie be honest with her, because if you really want your relationship and your marriage with her to work, you need to be open and honest. And Georgie just thinks about it. He's like, well, she needs to learn how to please me too. To learn. She needs to learn how to please me too, because this is Stacey. Please you what? And he's like, well, whenever you want to go someplace. Doesn't Stacey automatically want to go too? Because you want to go? Like she wants to do the same things you want to do? No. Sometimes she says no, she doesn't want to go. Georgie was not expecting this answer. He feels like Florian doesn't really have a place to give him advice, since he's not in the best terms with Stacey either. Should check someone she's own advice, is because a relationship is not in great place as well. So then Georgie talks about how Darcy's accomplished many things in her life. She has her own business. She's had kids. He's done so many things that Georgie has not been able to do yet. And Florian's like, then why did you marry her? Because I love her before you married to her, basically. This goes. I love her because always when we talk about the stuff, she always agree. We need to do better. We need to communicate better. Yeah, I understand. But she never changed, So basically, right now, they're in a cycle where things are good for a little bit, and then they explode over the same exact fights. Darcy feels like Georgie is hiding things, but then Georgie wants to be left alone because he feels like Darcy is just going to flip her shift and it's just going to be the same fight over and over. I mean, hello, we're watching it right now. Now, back at the fashion show, Darcy and Stacey do their walk. Oh, high fashion. We're the hype girls. Yeah. Like, emergency exit there. And then afterwards, they're in the dressing room. And Darcy tells Stacey that whatever Georgie said in the car, really hurt her. And Stacey's like, Darce, you need to get your answers, okay? You need to get the truth. I don't know, Doris. I feel like, you need to get your answers. You need to get the truth out of him. Oh, it was really that he said that. So then all four of them get in the car and call it a night. So Darcy and Georgie are in their hotel room, and Darcy asked, Georgie, are you proud of me? Yes, I am proud of you, DRC. Thank you. You never say you're proud of me. I feel like you just don't want to support your wife. Oh my God. And he stares into his champagne glass because he does not give a buck. And she's like, see, look what you're doing now. You're just avoiding. Like right now, you're completely annoying me. Sometimes I feel like you just avoid. You have this avoidance about you, and he is completely ignoring her. He is not acknowledging her at all. And I get it. He's annoyed. He doesn't want to deal with her. He likes she's complaining again and again. They're going to get into a big fight. I get it. I'm trying to find ways to defend Darcy, but I can't. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. And that's not to say Georgie is a great stand-up guy. But this season, I am Team Georgie. I am, but I still love the Silva twins. But I am Team Georgie. I want Georgie to get the fork out of this relationship. Darcy cannot read a room. She has tried to have this conversation so many damn times, and it leads to a freaking disaster every single time. So if I were her, I would stop having the same conversation with him and get a third-party professional who has a degree in communicating with couples, such as a couples therapist. They have the means, they have the money. I don't know why the hell they wouldn't do it. Anyway, Darcy tells him that he keeps plans to himself. He keeps planning the future without her, and he doesn't tell her about it. Can you just man up and not act like a kid? You know you're getting older too. Have a plan. Let me feel your passion. I want to understand you more. Whatever you have and want, it's for you to know and for me not to have any inkling of it because you feel like it's taken away from you for some reason and have never taken anything from you I've given you. And why is that? And Georgie implies that Darcy makes all the decisions before this without him. Because she fronts all the money she pays for everything. She feels like she has a final say and the only say, and he feels disrespected by that, which is totally valid. I totally understand. But you make all decisions by yourself and you make the decision. You never include me in that thing that's respectful to me. Now, I'm working hard for my money. I wanted to enjoy what I want. And I think that's what he means when he calls her controlling. He makes a great point. Darcy wants him to take the lead, but at the same time, she won't let him. And he's very confused. And I wonder if the reason why he won't communicate with her about what his plans are is because it's just going to lead to another argument, which it is. Darcy asked him, "What do you want? Do you want this marriage? Do you want things to work? You know what? Going to Bulgaria opened my eyes. I realized I miss my family so much and I missed out on so many things because, I'm in this dramatic marriage." And he wonders if they're both just wasting time. Sometimes if she was wasting time, it's just missing all these important moments with my family. And in general, you can never have progress. We just always going the same circle over and over. We say we're going to change. We never do. They're never going to get any better. He feels like there's no progress. They're running into the same cycle over and over and over again. And Darcy asks out for a straight-up answer. Do you want it to work? Are you done? And then Georgie gets up. In the bed. Okay. Just some. It's hard to talk about this over and over. It's important. About George. Feel like we don't go nowhere. The same things over and over. I don't know why Darcy said this, but she was she kind of smiles and she's like, "Are you scared to walk away?" Because I feel like that's what you want to do. Georgie is so frustrated. He feels like she's gaslighting him. There's no point in this conversation anymore. She's not getting it. It's not going through her head. It's not working. He's so frustrated. He walks out of the room and Darcy cries. At the very end of their segment, Georgie talks about how he needs to tell her something, but he's going to wait until she's calm and there's something very important that they need to share with Darcy. I need to have this conversation with her when she's come because she don't even listen to me. Oh my, what could that be? What could that be? I really don't know. Lastly, we have Brandon and Julia, and nothing really happened between them. So basically, Brandon is super nervous about leaving the country right after an argument with his parents. And Julia is like, it's not about your parents. It's not about my parents. It's about us. Okay, our relationship. Okay, mommy. So then they start getting ready. They, start unplugging all the kitchen gadgets. Did anybody notice as Julia was turning to unplug everything? The entire sink was filled with dirty dishes. So are you telling me that they're leaving all the dirty dishes in the sink before leaving the country? Couldn't be me. I hope not. I hope that was just a scene that they were filming and they went back and did the dishes and cleaned up a little bit and then left. Now for security measures, she puts like a human dummy by the window. So it seems like somebody's home. Speaking of dummies, have you guys seen the dogs with social anxiety that have human dummies at home to help them stay calm? It's the funniest, the cutest thing. Okay, I have some security. Yes, I'm very little big person, like my dad, let me drinking tea. Also depressed person. He's little drunken. Seriously, what the heck are you doing? Anyway, their segment ends by Julia and Brandon going to the airport. Well, that's it for the recap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye. If you guys watched the Florida couples, I kind of watched bits and pieces of it, but I did see Lauren and Libby make up. They were crying, they were hugging, but then at the end, right after Lauren and Libby finally made up, Libby kind of stabs Lauren in the back and tells Yara that, hold on, I'm getting their names confused. So, Libby tells Yara that Lauren was talking crap about her behind her back, and then Lauren finds us out, and she's like, what the hell? I thought we just made up. And then, apparently, they just leave the trip, and they don't come back. So that's it for the episode recap. We have, I think, episodes left until the tell-all. I don't know what's going to happen in 1.5 hour long episodes. Like, can't we just cut it short and start the tell-all? Because I imagine that Darcy and Georgie are just going to have the same fight, and Kara and Guillermo are gone. Tiger Lily and Annan have been gone. Jasmine's going to have her baby. So we're going to have to watch episodes of that. Great. And I believe the tell-all is going to be parts, and the last episode, the very last episode of part, the final episode is going to be on November th. So we are going into December. We're just at the time where they just drag stuff. Wow. And then we're just waiting for it to be done. But anyway, I wanted to touch on Tiger Lily and Annan for a little bit because they haven't been on this season. And there's been a lot of drama going on social media. On made a very, 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 very inappropriate but disgusting post on social media where, I'm recording on my phone and I need my phone to find the screenshots. I'm going to put the screenshot here so that you guys can read it. You know what? Let me Google it right now and on. So I'm sure you guys know what's going on in Gaza, and they've been talking about it a lot and spreading information, and just like the tragedies happening there. Then he made this horrible Instagram story where I guess there was a feature on Instagram where you can have your followers ask you questions, and one of the questions that somebody asked, you can write in whatever you want in the bubble. So somebody wrote to him, I'm sorry to say this, but Hitler knew what and why he was doing. He knew they were bad. And Annan wrote back to that and said he left the left over to showing us why he did it to them. Laughing, crying emoji face. Are you freaking kidding me? That's disgusting. That's horrible. I don't need to explain this, right? You can't fight hate with hate. You can't say that what Hitler did was justifiable. So the rumor is that they got fired from the show. I don't know if that's true. It's not confirmed anywhere, but it would make sense. I'm just going through Reddit now because I have so many screenshots saved on my phone to talk about like the day T, what's going on in the day universe. However, I use my phone to record these recaps right now, so I can't access my phone. So I'm just going to go through Reddit because I get most of my tea from Reddit. I did shut down my Instagram, so I don't have Instagram right now. By the way, if you guys are looking for me on Instagram, oh my God, after recording the recap, this is my normal tone of voice because I'm so tired from all that crazy energy. Okay, so Tyranny seems to have lost a lot of weight. He shared again, I don't like to celebrate weight loss because he didn't specify if it was intentional or not. So unless he made it clear that he was intentionally losing weight loss, then I'm very hesitant on celebrating it because we don't know why he lost the weight. Oh, there's a really cute video of one teaching his son David how to speak Spanish. And I remember how it was super important to him to be bilingual. And so he's teaching it. I wonder if Jessica has learned any more Spanish. I'd be interested to know. Jasmine shaved her head. I guess her alopecia got really bad. Maybe she was having a bunch of bald spots, so she just shaved her head, and Matt did it also. Oh, I definitely wanted to talk about this, but I totally forgot. So remember the AAA Mini, and Matt, she made this. By the way, if you guys aren't following her on Instagram, you know what? I need to get back on Instagram, just so that I can watch her cringy content. If you are not following her on Instagram, you are missing out because she posts the most self-involved cringy. #bossbabe, #money, #hustle. Like the cringiest content ever. And she made a whole entire ChatGPT statement that nobody asked for, nobody needed, nobody wanted, announcing her departure from the Day franchise. Okay, but nobody even remembered you. Okay, so let me read her statement. A statement from a mini glossy. After careful thought and deep reflection, I've made the decision to step away from the Day Fiancé franchise. This is not a choice made lightly. It's one rooted in growth, responsibility, and a calling to step fully into the next chapter of my life. While I remain grateful for the platform and visibility this experience brought, I've realized that the world of reality television is no longer aligned with the leader I am becoming. Oh, gag, or the future. I am determined to build. As we evolve, so too must our priorities. And for me, that evolution now means devoting my energy to building impactful businesses, leading with purpose, and shaping initiatives that create long-term value in the real world. I'm sorry, why is she talking as if she's Malala, like she changed the world? She's some philanthropic queen. She's not. Okay, let's continue. These are not ambitions that can be pursued casually. They require discretion, discipline, strategic thinking, and most importantly, the ability to make hard choices and sacrifices in service of something bigger. Oh my God, kill me, beat me, stab me, gouge my eyeballs out, slice my ears. This is so damn cringy and self-serving. Okay, let's keep going. The truth is you rarely see CEOs, visionaries, or industry leaders wrapped in the noise of reality TV. Not because they don't have compelling stories to tell, but because their stories require a different kind of stage. My journey is calling me to that stage now. It's calling me to step into leadership roles that demand all of me, my focus, my creativity, my resilience. And I intend to rise to that challenge. I'm sorry, are you going into war? But I don't think so. I don't think you're fighting for anything. Okay, let's continue. This chapter has also taught me that privacy is not the opposite of power. That is the foundation of it. There's a difference between sharing your story and performing it. Too often people shape themselves into characters for the sake of entertainment, chasing recognition that I now know is not necessary for real impact. My mission is no longer to entertain, but to empower. Is that why you made that stupid-ass music video of Shakina? called Shrek China. Did you guys see that? If you didn't, she actually made a whole last song and music video about putting Shakina down. Oh, I'll insert on the grill bodies where you think he got you ranked everything about your fish. I know that. In the living room. Make sure you take that weight. For a facial. Sex tape. And like shows that she went famous still. Yeah, that was real. She posted that, and she monetized it too. She put it behind a paywall because she's all about #money. All right, let's continue because there's more, and while I am closing this door, I carry with me the brightest gift of all, you, the community that has stood by me, believed in me, and seen my heart through every moment of this journey. My hope is to continue inspiring you, not through drama or storylines, but through real growth, meaningful innovation bits please, and a life that unfolds with authenticity and purpose. This is not the end. It's a powerful new beginning. I am stepping into roles that require courage, bold decisions, and unwavering focus. And I hope you'll walk alongside me as I embrace the challenges and opportunities ahead. I'm sorry. Are you trying to run for a country? Like, what is this? What is this? This is so funny. This is so laughable. And I felt like he was throwing so much shade at all her day cast members. This is so much fluff. Like empty fluff ChatGPT. Like a bunch of nothing. A bunch of nothing. I'm sorry. She's talking as if she's running for president, that she's going to fight a war. She's talking as if she's about to start this giant, impactful, life-changing human who, why can't I say this word? Humanitarian movement. But, you know, she's not. She's going to talk about many #girl boss. How you can be a girl boss with all this fluff and this language that means nothing. So yeah, that was really cringy, right? I definitely had to read that. Full statement to you guys. It was so bad. Okay, so I scrolled down a bit on Reddit, and I think that's it. Like everything else is just like the Julia posted an Instagram story saying I'll talk about it a little later when I feel better, and I'm sure this is the right decision. Right now, I'm taking care of my health work, doing my business, and solving other problems. I just want to say we don't announce anything anywhere except on our accounts. If we don't say anything here or on Brandon's account, then it's lie. So she's talking about like the, sarcasm and all these random day gossipers that might make up something. I will never make up anything. You guys. Okay, so you guys can believe me. And she writes, thank you all for your kind words and understanding. Love you all. What does that mean? That is so vague. I hope it has nothing to do with her pregnancy, because she wasn't. She didn't say, I feel better, and I'm sure this is the right decision. Right now, I'm taking care of my health, work, and doing business, and solving other problems. Why didn't she talk about her baby? Okay. Well, hopefully everything is going well. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, Day Diaries, it's on pause. I don't know why they gave us previews of Natalie getting her nose job and Tyson Patrick having that conversation about how she needs to have sex with him every day. I wanted to watch that, but we're not getting that anymore. I don't know when it's coming back, but yeah, okay. Well, I think that's it for now. I think that's it.